Welcome back to Ta-da 3D printing. Recently, Wilson released a 3D printed airless basketball. It's supposed to feel and act the same as a normal basketball. Wilson's is just a limited release, and it's also extremely expensive, so it's probably not very likely that your average basketball fan is going to be willing to drop that much on an airless basketball. So many people have been trying to make it themselves. I found this replica on Maker World and decided to test it out for myself. It's from 3DX AV, and as you can see, they made a video of them designing this print and testing it out. In their profile, they also said they used PLA Flex, and theirs does seem to be functional. It at least has a bounce to it, so we're going to see if we can do the same. I downloaded the file and opened it up in Bambu Studio, and just so we don't waste a ton of filament and the print does not work, I sized the print profile down from 100% scale down to 50% scale. So my print is not going to be the full size, standard size basketball. And even at that 50% scale, this print is going to take almost 9 hours. I also made sure to have the supports enabled. Since it's round, a very little amount would be attached to the base, and we don't need to have this print rolling around or printing in air. I'm going to be printing this on the Bambu X1 Carbon, and for this print, I'm going to be using Overture's Orange PLA Plus. On Maker World, the creator 3DXAV's print profile says they use PLA Flex. They also suggest TPU or TPC, but towards the bottom of the print profile, there is a suggested materials list, and they do list this one, Overture's PLA Plus. That's what I'm using today. Also, Overture has a couple of TikToks on them printing a test mini airless basketball just like this. They show a couple different filaments, and each of them do bounce. So Wilson is calling this the Airless Gen 1 basketball, and they do call it a prototype, that it will replicate the bounce, flight, feel of a traditional basketball. They also refer to it as the ball that bounces without air. It retails for $2,500, which is quite a lot for a basketball, but currently all 3 colors are sold out on their website. The website says the ball relies on a 3D printed polymer lattice structure with 8 panel-like lobes and hexagonal holes across the surface to allow air to pass through freely. So that's how it floats through the air, is it actually, rather than the air going around it, it goes through it. They released 3 limited edition dyed colors in black, brown, and natural, but like I mentioned, they're all sold out. They also come with a case and a glass display, of course. So once the print is done, I pop it off the plate and try to pop the supports off too, but the ball shape makes it more challenging than most supports. Eventually, I do get them off using some clippers to help pull them off. Now that the supports are off, this is where we're at. It printed pretty good. There's no stringing or filament on the inside. It is very hollow and lightweight, and the seams printed really nice and clean too, but can I actually make this bounce? So to start with, rather than bouncing it and throwing it against the floor, I decided to just kind of gently drop it and make sure that nothing cracks, everything's holding up really well, which it is. This filament is really strong. It is stronger than a regular PLA, so I just slowly start raising the height that I'm dropping it from, and it is bouncing. It is definitely popping back up from the ground, and so I'm just going to keep working with this a little bit. And then I think that once I print it the full size, it should have a little bit more bounce as well. Let me know if you've tried this airless basketball out, and if so, what type of filament you used. Thanks for watching.